You mentioned at the end of your really beautiful story, being here and in this industry, and this being the first time that all of these industry leaders are in the same virtual space. Can you tell me what you think your company and your specific unique thing is that you bring to the table? What is your personal take on this thing that we call professional cuddling?
Is that back to me?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sure. So my take is that I am the super detail-oriented person. So my approach to this is that we all have very specific personalities, and in order for this to grow, we can't just have a clone army of me. That'd be the craziest thing ever. So what I want to do is create an environment where people can take the tools and resources that I've developed over thousands and thousands of hours, and apply it to their own personality so that they can use the tools and resources to create something that's uniquely them. So for me, it's really creating the details and tools so that every person can create their own unique flow and safety and security methods that work for them individually.
I love that. Yeah, Fei, you want to go next?
I didn't have the intention of going next, but I just want to say that having experienced Samantha's sort of legacy of her work, even though you're still creating, you're not done yet. There's two pieces I think that were really huge for you that I've seen. Number one is just as a spokesperson for this work being Platonic. I don't think that existed as a thought until you came along and spoke to, I don't even know how many press sources, you probably have a count, but so many of us found this work because of you. And it's it's in markets that are a little bit more developed, like where I live, it's not a raise your eyebrow, this has to be sex work anymore. And that's a lot to do with your work. And number two, and this is influence in my own practice and also in the training that Cuddle Sanctuary teaches, because both Jean and I, who developed Cuddle Sanctuary's training, went to Samantha's training as well. And the poses that you have and all of the detail around that has really changed the way that I cuddle and has allowed me to create so many beautiful experiences for clients that I would not have had the tools for otherwise. And so there's this craft of cuddling that it's still new, it's still being developed. But I would say that you are the founder of this sort of when you go to massage school, you have hands-on training around how to touch. And I think that is your hugest contribution is that craft.
Snaps. Okay. Snaps to that for sure. It can be really hard to kind of talk ourselves up, right? So thank you, Fei, for your perception also of what someone else's contribution has been. I think that's perfect. It's a perfect add-on. Since you jumped in, would you like to go?
Would I like to go? Sure. I'm still figuring out my unique contribution. CuddleXpo is it right now. Yes. But I'll tell you what I care a lot about. One of the things that brought CuddleXpo along is I care a lot about this work being done ethically. And ethically, I mean for our safety and our sustainability and health, and also for the health and sustainability of our customers and our clients. I have a background in psychology, and so a lot of the ways that I saw this work happening was around the therapeutic model, which is, I'm realizing, very different in many ways from what we do, and very similar in others. And so what I would like to bring to the table is to be a bridge between the different forms of how this work is done. Because cuddling can open up such a wide spectrum of experiences, from coaching, like intimacy coaching, which is what I love to do, as well as just simple companionship. And that's really powerful. And what I would like to do is just to open the door for all of us to speak with one another and not be ashamed of the work that other people are doing that we may not want to do in that way. So that's sort of where I am at. And I want to be able to bring support to practitioners who choose to do cuddling work in a more escort-like way, I want to bring them the same core of like boundaries and communication and ethics so that they can do it safely for themselves and also for the clients. That's it.
I love that. Thank you.
I want to jump in.
Yeah, Madeline, do your thing.
Yeah, I want to jump in by following Fei's example and acknowledging her for being a bridge and building bridges, because I think so much of this work is about walking our talk and embodying what it is that we're, you know, here to bring. And when Samantha Hess and I first connected individually on our own, it was kind of bumpy. It wasn't very smooth, and we had some ouchies in there. And I want to just thank Fei so much, because Fei came in having this huge respect and love and connection for each of us, and she tirelessly really worked to bring out the best in us. That's been my experience, that, you know, I give you, Fei, credit for your vision and holding each of us in our highest and softening us so that we could come together. And I have so much appreciation for Samantha, so much gratitude for the connection, and excitement about the possibility of synergizing our work, which CuddleXpo is a big part of that. I've already connected with Janet and Keeley. So thank you for that, Fei. I really do see you as a beautiful bridge of love and openness and connection and creativity. So my vision, what I bring, I think I've already talked about the communication geek, you know, aspect. My focus in this is on personal growth. It's on self-empowerment. It's on self-love. It's learning to trust ourselves by making choices, by noticing ourselves very exquisitely and paying good attention, giving ourselves consideration. In that process, my vision as a modality is really to transform the client practitioner, so that the sort of therapist, doctor, superior, someone who's wounded and needs to be fixed model, into we're two human beings and we have our own experiences, and we know that life can be difficult. And when you have somebody there who can hold you, see you in your highest with unconditional positive regard, who knows your humanity, and can reflect that back to you, to see you with delight and approval, you know, that is healing in itself. That's therapeutic, and it helps us remember who we really are. And so that's my vision. And also, I say a lot, you know, to our trainees and cuddlists and practitioners, it takes a village. So my vision is I want cuddlists to be the village, you know, here that we're all supporting each other in this. So cuddlist is a training, but it's a membership. The training is that sort of like, we want you to come in. It's our screening process. Like, are you a good fit for this? Are you on the same alignment? Does this feel good to you? Does it feel good to us? And in that place, we have a membership where we connect you with like-minded practitioners all over the world to share best practices, to inspire each other, to be there to uplift each other when the world doesn't get it, or when the world projects some of that stuff onto us that isn't us. It's not who we are, where we're coming from, and the shame that's collectively being held, to say, no, I see you. I know what you're working for. I'm also, the vision that Adam and I hold with Cuddlist is bringing this into, I mean, the validity that we're all building together is what makes the perception of safety in the mainstream, so that assisted living facilities, hospice care, you know, veterans, people with PTSD, that, you know, all these segments of the population that are just sponges waiting to, you know, receive what we have to offer, that all of our practitioners too can have, you know, a gateway in to those markets and those populations. So that's a big part of my vision for Cuddlist as well.
To tie this into what you said, it's Robert Kendall, the previous presenter, talked about having, as the foundation for your business, having a support system, having that group of support. And I love that that is part of your mission, and that CuddleXpo is extending that. We're creating that so we can all have more successful businesses.
It's an important part of self-care, right? You have to, you know, surround yourself with allies.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Janet, are you ready to go?
Yes, I'm here. So how I differ from all of you, and this is, I think, is super important. Y'all are working on practitioners and creating like the right type of people for this industry. That's not my job. What I am working diligently is on the clients. And so all the stuff that I create, all of the videos, I mean, I now have, and I guess I can call them clients. I have clients all over the world that contact me who are telling me about their experiences, who also have practitioners that they work with, but they can't communicate with them, or they're trying to figure stuff out. So they come to me. They talk to me. I'm collecting these stories, I'm collecting their experiences, and I'm creating content for them. And so think of me as, while you all are creating practitioners, I'm creating your clients. And I'm so grateful how many times people have told me, thank you for your videos, because I now have a client because of you. Because they can't come see you, but you know what? They live in Minneapolis, or they live in San Francisco, and I looked up my person near me, and it's worked out beautifully. So yeah, let me do that. Let me talk to the clients, create your client base if I can.
You're creating the market. You're grooming our market. It's huge.
And so many people have come to find us because of your videos. You're right. And I love the way that you educate. I love your video of like how not to ask me for a session, you know, and how to talk to your cuddlers about this. It's great. The thing I love about you is, Janet, is how you really listen to the people that you're serving. And that's how you became a cuddlist and a touch, therapeutic touch practitioner.
I'm only doing the things that people tell me. So if you all think I'm creating some amazing stuff, it doesn't come from me. My clients tell me, and people send me emails. I mean, check out the comments in my YouTube videos. They're talking to me. They're telling me. They're letting me know what they're doing with you. And I think if you are a whichever kind of practitioner you are, it's funny because I'm talking to your clients and you don't even know I'm talking to them. And that's like I'm like, do I tell them? No. I mean, I don't, they're my clients, right? So yeah, it's kind of, I get the insider of what you're doing. It's kind of interesting. And like, I'll say one right. Keeley, I've talked to one of your clients, and beautiful. Like, he had the courage now to tell you some things he was really struggling with, but he just needs someone to say, yes, it's okay. She's super mature. And, I gave him permission. Like, I think she can handle that. For him, he was panicked. He didn't know how he was going to do it. And he did. So, yeah.
I love that. I love that so much. Because there's so much that I can do, that all of us can do in sessions, right? And sometimes you're just too close.
You are right.
Sometimes you're just too close. And it's so scary to do it while you're there. Touch is already, for people who are coming to this work from a really starved place, they're already so overwhelmed.
And they fall in love with you all, I mean, platonically, right? And they're just so afraid. What if I tell her the one thing, like that she will kick me out, that she won't want to see me anymore? Do you know how threatening that is when it's already a relationship that's been established? That's really scary.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for helping creating my clients.